Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24, and today we're live here with opening day baseball. The 2025 season kicks off today, and for the first time ever it kicks off in Sacramento. The Athletics have completed their move to Sutter Health Park here in Sacramento, California. No longer the Oakland Athletics, just the A's or Athletics. So we'll see a very unique experience here. Hope you guys are ready for it. If you are, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content, as I'm excited to get into another season of A's baseball. On the mound for the Athletics will be Paul Blackburn, getting his second consecutive opening day start for this team. Did not have the best 2024. Our pitching was not that good, as we're coming off a 53-109 season. Leading off for the Orioles will be Jordan Westburg, who swings and misses to begin this ball game, and Blackburn's got a punch out. Ryan Mountcastle up next, faces 2-1. He grounds this one over to our new third baseman, Urshela, who shows some leather and gloves him over at first base. What a throw. And we'll take a look at this Orioles lineup, who were the best team in the American League last year with 102 wins. We'll see Adley Rutschman, followed by Gunnar Henderson, Austin Hayes, Cedric Mullins, Jackson Holliday, Nick Gordon, and Colton Cowser. Not too much movement on their lineup from last year, where they lost in the ALDS to the Yankees in 4. Adley Rutschman, the now two-time All-Star and actually All-Star Game MVP last year, gets the first hit of the day, a single into right. Gunnar Henderson now up next, who had 277 last year, now a two-time Silver Slugger, and is really a star of this Orioles team, but he'll ground out to end the top of the first. On the mound for the Orioles will be Kyle Bradish, the new ace of this rotation, now that Corbin Burns has made his way to San Diego. He had a 268 last year, honestly maybe even better than the Cy Young winner. Geloff leads off, and the All-Star for us a year ago will pop this one into right, where it will be caught. And we'll take a look at the A's lineup. Not much difference from last year. Obviously, this was not a good offense, but they are young, and they're making some improvements. We'll see Noda, followed by Rooker, Seth Brown, Esteury Ruiz, Gio Urshela, the new addition to the lineup, Shea Langeliers, Tyler Soderstrom, and Logan Davidson. So here is Ryan Noda up next, who had 244 a season ago. And he turns on a slider 1-2 and rips it into right, but it will be caught, as it's been a busy start for Colton Cowser out there. Brent Rooker, the leader of the American Leagues in strikeouts a year ago, is now at the plate, and he's going to get the first hit of the season for the Athletics down the third base line. A two-out single of their own puts him on first base. That brings up Seth Brown, who had a team-high 24 homers a year ago, and on 0-1 pitch, he mashes it over to short, and that'll end the first. We'll stay with both squads as they go through the lineup the first time, just to take a look at both teams. As here's Austin Hayes, who had a career-high 72 ribbies last season. He grounds over to Noda, and a foot race to the bag, and Blackburn will beat him. Cedric Mullins now, who's in a contract season, could be his last year with Baltimore, as he ropes one to center. It'll be right at Ruiz for out number 2. How about Jackson Holliday, the former number 1 overall pick out of Oklahoma State, now in his second season as a pro, and he gets jammed inside, and he pops out to center, and Blackburn through 2 strong. Esteury Ruiz will step up bottom 2. He led the American League in stolen bases a season ago with 43, as apparently he can't check his swing enough and is striking out. Here's the former Tiger, Gio Urshela, 248, 13 homers, 46 RBIs. The Athletics are hoping he can add some more contact to the lineup, but as I say that, he strikes out on the low slider. How about Shea Langeliers? Hit under 200 last year. Did have a team-high 64 RBIs, though. So when he did hit the ball, it didn't matter, as he'll draw a walk to take first base. So another 2-out base runner here for the Athletics. Excuse me, it's going to take a while to not say Oakland. As here's Tyler Soderstrom, who hit 231. Missed some time last year with an injury, but he was effective when need be. But he pops this one up to left, and that'll end the bottom of the second. Top 3, here's Nick Gordon, the former Miami Marlin, who spent last year with them, as he pops this one up into center field. And it'll be caught by Ruiz. In the 9-hole spot for the Orioles will be Colton Cowser at 232 with 3 homers in 36 games last season. And he will look at strike 3. Thought it was ball 4. Instead, that's a backwards K for Blackburn. He had a very good first run through the lineup. And I'll take us back to the top with Jordan Westburg, who started the day with a K of his own. 0-1 to him, and he's going to dribble this one over to Davidson at short. He'll field it, throw him over at first, and 3 scoreless innings for Paul Blackburn. Speaking of Davidson, here is him at the plate. In his rookie season, he hit 198 in 34 games. Looking for a little bit more, as he does get the start to open day at shortstop, but he begins the fly out to the catcher. Take us to the top of the lineup again. Here's Zach Geloff as he hits this one up the middle, but it'll be cut off by Holiday, who guns him at first. Nice defensive play by Matt Holliday's son. 2 outs now for Ryan Oda, who gets a 3-0 pitch, but gets the green light. And he turns on a nice fastball, but it's going to be caught in center, and both teams get through 3 scoreless. We'll go top 4 now, where Blackburn's on the mound. He actually suffers an injury on this pitch, so he'll have to come out of the game, which will bring in Mason Miller, who did not have a good season last year. He's going to be moved to a long relief role this year. We'll see how that works, and maybe he will finally make his way into the rotation. So he comes in cold turkey and finishes off the at-bat on Mountcastle by striking him out. Next batter will be Adley Rutschman, the former number 1 overall pick, who strikes out as well, and Mason Miller beginning with a couple of punch-outs. Brings up Gunnar Henderson, who the next pitch will rip one deep left field. Brown giving chase, and he will get underneath it. But we'll have to get an injury update on Blackburn after this game. As we go top 5 now, Miller's still on the mound, and he walks Austin Hayes. Control was an issue for him last year, as here is a trouble. Mullins rips this one into the gap. It's going to get all the way to the wall. And then that will break the tie of this one. That's going to be an RBI double for Mullins. And the Orioles' first lead of the ball game is 1-0 off a double from Mullins. Next batter, Jackson Holiday rips it up the middle. That's going to get through. They're going to send Mullins home. Ruiz comes up firing, but it's not in time. The Orioles get another one off of the bat of Jackson Holiday. Still nobody out. Holiday's trying to take second, and he's going to get gunned. Great throw by Langoliers to get him trying to swipe a bag. So that clears the bases, allows Miller to go back to his usual routine, but instead he gives up another gapper. Nick Gordon this time rips it, and it gets all the way to the wall. He's going to have himself a 1-out double, and I bet the Orioles wish they wouldn't have tried to steal that base now. It could be 3-0. Colton Cowser up next, tries to bloop this one into left. Brown will get there. They will not test the short arm throw. So now 2 down for the top of the lineup. Jordan Westbrook, 1-0. Dribbles it over to Urshela. He elects not to make the tag, and he guns the matter at first. But the Orioles do get 2. As we go into the next inning, Chris Martin will come in relief, as it was a starting inning for Miller, but he got himself in a little bit of a jam. 2 on, 1 out for the former Red Sox reliever, who begins his day with Austin Hayes, who hits this one high into right. Rooker will get to it, but it will be deep enough for the runner on second to tag. So now you got runners on the corners. 2 away for Cedric Mullins, who the first pitch hits this one high and deep to right. Rooker almost to the same spot gets the out, and Martin gets to the 6th and gets out of the jam. Go bottom 7 with the A's offense, which has been kind of quiet today, but here's Esteury Ruiz blooping one into center, and you got to watch out for that blazing speed of Ruiz on the base paths. Urshela up next, 2-1. Over to short. Ruiz will beat out a double play attempt, so they'll just go to first and take the easy out. Now you got a runner in scoring position for Shane Langoliers, who got on base in his first 2 at-bats by a walk and a hit by pitch. And his first registered at-bat will be a fly out to left. Ruiz will not test the arm. He'll stay at second. 2 down now for Tyler Soderstrom. And he draws a walk. So 2 on, 2 out. And Kyle Bradish has seen his last batter. The manager will come out and make the call to bring in Trevor Richards in relief. The former Toronto Blue Jay comes over to the now AL East rival Orioles and had a 4.37 ERA. We'll see if the A's can get on the board off of him. It's Logan Davidson, 2-2, chopper over to third, and that will end the 7th. The Athletics get nothing. Good top 8 is Ryan Mountcastle with 1 down. Will launch one to deep center field, and that one's going to clear the fence. The first Major League home run at Sutter Health Park will go to the Orioles. Ryan Mountcastle, 430 straightaway center. As the Orioles get to add 1 more to their lead, it is now 3-0 in favor of the O's. We'll go bottom 8 now, where Yenier Cano will come in relief. Cano had a 3.79 ERA last year in 48 games through his 35 2/3 innings pitched. Was a very good reliever for the Orioles. He begins the 8th against the top of the lineup, being Zach Geloff, who swings and misses on a low slider for out number 1. Noda now 2-2. He rips a sinker into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. I'm expecting a little bit more out of Noda this year. I'd like to see the strikeouts go down because he could be a good hitter for this team. That brings up Brent Rooker, who mashes one through the right side of the infield on the ground, and that's back-to-back singles for the 2-3 hitters. That'll bring up Seth Brown. 1-1 pitch for the lefty. He gets a nice hanging changeup, but what a glove over there by Mountcastle, who says third base is the hot corner. That brings up Ruiz, who's the best clutch hitter on this team, and there's going to be a wild pitch. So he'll have 2 runners in scoring position, and this is where he excels. Runners on third, full count pitch, and he swings and misses on a sinker right down the middle. Couldn't catch up to it. Another wasted opportunity for the A's. That'll bring out the 3-time reliever of the year, Craig Kimbrell, and former Baltimore Oriole, who signed with the A's over the Baltimore squad in the offseason. So a little bit of a revenge game for him against his former team. Austin Hayes, though, will lead off with a grounder down the third base line and fair, so the Orioles batters might have something to say about that, as that's a leadoff single. Cedric Mullins now 1 for 3 on the day. He'll draw a walk, so back-to-back base runners here for the O's. And that brings up Holiday, who gets walked on 4 straight pitches. So Kimbrell loads the bases, still nobody out. Nick Gordon up next, chops this one over to first. Noda charges it. He goes home, gets the runner. They go to first, and they get a double play. A 3-2-1 double play. When do you see that? And we might just get out of this jam. 2 down now, but Colton Cowser rips one up the middle into center, and that will plate 2. Orioles extend their lead now 5-0 off of the bat of Colton Cowser. Jordan Westburg up next will pop this one up for the catcher, and Langoliers will get underneath it, and that will end the 9th. But now the Athletics trail by 5, and they got to go up against Dylan Tate, who had a great season last year, 164 after missing all of 2023. He begins against Gio Urshela, who turns on a sinker, and that will be a base hit as he gets his first as a member of the Athletics. Shea Langoliers now at the dish, 0-2, and he can't connect on a circle change. Absolute filthy pitch there by Tate. Tyler Soderstrom now 1-2. He can't connect on the changeup as well, and just like that, our game comes down to the 9-hole hitter, Logan Davidson. He did single back in the 5th. We need another base hit here. 1-2 pitch to the shortstop. Sinker flared into left. This one looks like it's going to be caught by Hayes, and that'll do it. The Orioles win opening day by a final score of 5-0. They're just the better team. You know, they were the best team in the American League last year. We were the worst team in the American League. So a tough draw here on opening day. But the team played okay. Just a couple of innings where the pitching was not very good and the offense just took a little bit of time to wake up. And we left 9 runners on base in this game, which proved to be a little bit of our downfall. Nonetheless, the Orioles, good win for them. Their player of the game was Kyle Bradish, who went 6 2/3 scoreless before being pulled. And they win game 1 of this 4-game set here in Sacramento. Paul Blackburn, he had bruised ribs, so he'll be okay. Not sure how he bruised his ribs, though. And one thing I noticed, Luis Medina is still on the roster. So he did clear waivers, so he'll be in AAA. And then that takes us to the second game where the Orioles win 6-1, thanks to Means going a complete game 4-hitter for the Orioles. A trade around the league happens on its own. It's the first in the series. As India goes to the Giants. Let me know if you've heard of that one before. I don't necessarily hate the Reds dealing India because they have such a logjam with Matt McClain and Brendan Donovan at second base. But they basically got nothing for him. Chuck Miles, yes, he's a 72 overall. But he's got deep potential. I don't know if that's necessarily fair value. We do get our first win of the season, 9-7 in Game 3, as Soderstrom goes deep twice to help us take the advantage. And then in Game 4, we win 8-0. So Miley goes 4 innings and no runs allowed. And we split a 4-game series against the Orioles, who were the best team in the American League last year. So that's a pretty good start to the season. Next episode, we will stay at home against the White Sox and then finally head on the road to face the Cincinnati Reds. Just wanted to go through opening day in this episode, and then we'll kick it into gear and get to the rest of the year. I cannot wait to bring you more Year 2 action. I have had a lot of fun with the Athletics recently, and I want that to continue. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you do, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.